He's a jackass.
That's uncalled for. That's not very nice. Why would you say that about me?
It's Friday, and I wanted to see you for a while.
That's a very, very good point. Well, we're all here. Well, actually, no. 3 of us are here.
A full 2-hour Sunday sermons this week,
And
too.
2.5 hours.
2.5?
Yeah, I was basically forced into 11:30 because that's when the NFL pregame show.
Bet they had to really twist your arm for that.
Why don't you come in for a little Super Show, 9 to 10?
Dan, you're smart, Alec.
You know what?
You never inconvenience yourself for Super Show. I do it regularly.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Carl Gerbschmidt now checks in. Where are you right now, Carl? Can you say? Are you in there? Are you on your way to Phoenix?
No, I'm about ready to leave work.
Are you going? Are you making the road trip?
No, it's a long trip. No,
so what?
I think it'd be fun to do it. It'll be a lot of fun. It's warm down there, but it's hard to get tickets.
What kind of fan are you?
I'm the best kind of fan. Before you start with your little segment or whatever you radio people call it.
He's a jackass.
He is a jackass. Barreiro's a jackass.
No, that's you. I think he meant that time.
That's real funny. Okay, I need to have both Jordan and Dan Barreiro say that they now admit that I was right.
About what?
Yeah, what were you right about? Narrow it down a little bit.
You said the Packers were going to win the division.
Originally, but then we had the injuries and we had some other issues.
And the refs were against you.
I told you that we were going to make the playoffs, and you both. I would ask for an apology from Dan
I remember
Cole,
that.
but I don't really listen to him. So,
wow, I'm just going to stick up for him.
So
I don't know how to break it to you, but I don't remember saying you weren't going to make the playoffs.
Oh, yes, you did.
When?
Yes, you did.
When
you said I told you when in way back, early part of the season. You said and I'm quoting you now. I was delusional. Okay?
Disgusting, putrid, vomit-inducing.
That's what that prediction you said was. That was all those things. So you need to say to me, if you're any kind of a man at all, that I was right. Go ahead, say it so everybody can hear it.
Carl, you were right.
Jordan?
I'm not much of a man.
Ooh.
But you were right.
Okay. I have a slight bit more respect for you two now.
Well, by the way, what's wrong with your coach?
What's wrong
Why
with
are you running up the score against a team that wasn't even trying?
Well, first of all, they were trying, okay, because they were trying to get a shred of momentum for the next game. But Coach McCarthy, he is so smart.
You're not trying if you have Matt Leinart at quarterback. By definition, that means you're not trying.
Well, they're not throwing the ball downfield.
With Matt Leinart,
trying would be like to run the ball up the middle 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
They were trying.
Okay.
They just couldn't get it done. And I think we all can kind of figure out what that means.
Let's start with the Cincinnati Bengals-Jets game, shall we? Let's go in the order in which the games will be played.
I like that.
And the early game Saturday, I think, is Cincinnati favored by 2 at home over the Jets.
I think we should all be required to go first. Everybody has to go first once.
Well,
so go ahead, Dan from Woodbury.
Is this part of the new strategy? Well,
when did Carl start running the segment?
He's not afraid of anything
Why
at this
are we
point.
letting Carl run it, though?
Well, that's
Let's
true.
get some order here.
Dan from Woodbury, what do you think will happen?
I don't fear the predictions segment. I just respect it.
You respect it. That's a good way to look at it. Well,
I'll go first. I don't care.
All right, you go first on this game. Let Carl. You want to come in on Sunday and guest host or what?
You got a broadcast? No, we have to watch the game.
Oh, shut up.
Time to go. What?
Sorry.
I like. Cincinnati does nothing for me. I don't know why. I know they have a nice record. They won a division. I know they played San Diego tough. They beat They beat Pittsburgh twice. They beat the Ravens twice. We're happy for them. Pittsburgh's not in the playoffs, and the Ravens, if they didn't have the Lions on their schedule, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs either. So
shot.
I like a coach, and I think because football players' IQs are probably the lowest of all the people that play pro sports, they buy
baseball much lower.
Well, you're probably right. Baseball's much lower, but they buy into the coach saying not only should we be favored to win this game, but favored to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, coach is right. Let's go out and get them. And in Cincinnati, I only saw them play 2 complete games. And one was against the Vikings, and not to take anything away from the Vikings, they played very well, but I don't know how much of that had to do with it. Cincinnati they just seemed like they were afraid to try to do anything other than just try to throw short passes and run the ball, and it didn't impress me. And last week, I know they had nothing to play for, but they did nothing there either. And I do like the Jets with their. I mean, they got the same record they had with a rookie quarterback as they had with the 39-year-old legend. Same exact record. And so I like this team, and I know it's on the road, but I think the Jets will dominate the Bengals. I think they will out-physicality them, and I think they'll win the game.
Carl?
He's wrong. Is consistent.
Okay.
Pretty good. They played the Packers very tough, and they had.
They destroyed the Packers.
There's no question that there's some talent. They got a couple injuries.
They played them tough?
They destroyed the Packers.
Yeah, they played them tough. So I would say
they played them real tough.
That means something. Okay, you gotta account for that. So is it they obviously are a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
So, and I think that the difference is that rookie he has no idea what's going to happen because the Bengals kind of rope-a-doped them. They kind of showed him nothing, and so when the Bengals really start to try this week, I think that Mr. Rookie quarterback is going to get his butt kicked. So I think that the Bengals will win and cover.
I hate to agree with Carl, but I think he's hit on. I'm not a big Bengals guy. But I really think, and I, by the way, love Sanchez, wish the Vikings had a chance to draft him because I think eventually he's going to be good. But the game last week, Sanchez was, you want to talk about caretaker, they could have had Spurgeon win at QB. And I think he is, I think that's going to catch up with them. I think the Bengals will be, I know the Jets are great against their defense has been very, very good.
And they're going to run.
And I love Rex Ryan and all that. But I do think at home, and it's only a 2-point spread, I think the Bengals will win ultimately because Jets QB guy is a nice story and eventually he's going to be good, but I don't think he's going to be up for it. Up to it.
No team has talked more and done less, copyright Mike Greenberg, than his New York Jets. And so I'm going with the Bengals. By the way, Ocho Cinco should be fine. Did you see how he tested out his knee earlier in the week?
No, how did he test out his knee earlier?
Well, he tested it out in the bedroom, and he said everything checked out okay. So he should be good to go.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
No.
Well, you got to try.
Yeah, you got to try it somewhere.
I will take his word for it.
Was there another person in the room?
I don't quite get that.
At the time.
Well, you probably wouldn't, Carl.
What does his knee have to do with that?
I don't know. Me neither. It must be something erotic that none of us really know about. But the Bengals will cover that spread.
Hey, by the way, Carl, can I read you an email? And then we're going to need to pause here because we're so far behind. Okay, that annoying, whiny voice that's on right now. I turned the radio off to wait it out. Needs to go. If perhaps that comedy was so good a person could ignore that annoying voice quality, it just might be worth it. It's like listening to Gilbert Gottfried or Bobcat Gold, whatever.
Look, I'm not the guy who asked Dan Cole on your show, okay? If you want to get rid of him, go ahead.
I was going to say, who's he talking about?
He beat me too.
Yeah, he beat all of us.
I know, we were all thinking the same thing, weren't we? Ow.
Ow.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing. We got it. Can you hold through a quick pause?
Yeah, I hope that guy tunes back in.
Why don't you
make my day?
Why don't you pour another brewski?
Okay.
Sounds good. I know I don't have to twist Carl's arm. Back with more picks. We still have 3 games to go here in the Fan.
You're listening to
So many places. I've seen so many faces. But I don't seem to love.
I would like the Vikings to win, believe it or not. This week, I would like the Vikings to win. Go Big 5! He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Bumper to bumper back. Prediction segment continuing. Playoff edition. Carl Gerbschmidt back with us. Carl, we have a request.
We should stop playing those little things.
What do you mean? Well, you said them.
Randy Moss is a great player. No, what was that?
Well, we don't date these things. I mean, you said at some point.
I think that one was pieced together.
Of course you do. We have a request from the audience.
Yeah.
Would you please ask Mr. Gerbschmidt to do, and I always love that one, with Common?
What does that mean?
It's this little saying that he stole from PA and then turned into a cottage industry.
Okay, what does it mean?
You say, I always love that one.
I always love that one.
Okay, no, we got to do it at the same time, and you got to kind of draw out the I always.
Coming down on
3, 2, and 1. I always love that one.
You got to work on yours, Carl.
Oh, I don't understand. Is that funny?
Okay.
Is that funny?
Dallas Cowboys
to a handful of people it is, which is about who.
I always love that one.
That's still not very.
What you say? I don't love your station at all. I think it's kind of dumb.
Well, you love it enough to come on it an awful lot, my boy.
A lot of people, I get a lot of good feedback from Packer fans to say I kind of give you the business.
How can you give